Alright there, Goldston Scholars, here is your homework for tonight. Go ahead and pause it right there for problems 1 through 4. You can pause it again for problems 5 through 8. And it simply says add, subtract, multiply, or divide the integers. I'm not going to do any of these here for you today, but I will show you some examples of everything. An example of addition problems with integers. I'm talking about addition. I might say something like, alright, I have -5 plus a +2. We remember that way back when we could say, okay, I could just say I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 negative signs, and I have 2 positive signs. I have -5, I have a +2. These cancel out, so I should have an answer of -3 left over. We also saw that we could use a scoreboard for this. We could think of this as like a positive team versus a negative team. They're going to play some game, and the negative team got the 5 points. The positive team got the 2 points. So that means that the negative team obviously won, and it turns out that he won by 3 points. 5 take away 2, they won by 3. So your answer would be -3. That's how we do addition problems. Subtraction problems are very similar. If I'm doing a subtraction problem, I might have something like -2 take away a -5. Well, the problem with these is that there's no real trick to figuring these out. So instead, I like to turn these into addition problems. I use my keep, flip, change for this. I keep the -2 the same. I flip the subtraction to addition, and I change the -5 into a +5. And now I have a problem very similar to this. The numbers are kind of switched around though. So now I could use a scoreboard. I could say, well, I got a positive team and a negative team. The negative team got 2 points. Positive team got 5 points. The positive team wins this time, and the difference between these two is 3. So that means that they won by 3. The answer right here would be a +3. That's our subtraction. Now if we're talking about multiplication and division, I'm running out of space, let's come over here. Multiplication and division are very simple because there's only one thing you need to remember. If the signs are the same, the answers are positive. If the signs are different, the answer is negative. That's all you have to remember. So if you had a problem that's something like 2 times a -12, well, the first thing you have to do is say, well, my signs right here is positive, negative. My signs are different, so my answer's got to be negative. So 2 times a -12 is going to be a negative number. And then I just do, well, 2 times 12 is 24, so I just put my 24 there. -24. What happens if I have -2 times a -12? Well, a negative and a negative, the signs are the same. So my answer should be positive. I'll just change that to a positive. 2 times 12 is still 24, so I have a +24. Same thing with division. If I gave a division problem like this, well, let's start with a positive this time. 10 divided by a -2. I have a positive, I have a negative, the signs are different, so my answer is negative, and 10 divided by 2 is 5. If this was also a negative, and a negative, that means my signs are the same, so my answer is positive. I can even do it in this form. Say I have something like -30 over 6. I have a -30, I have a +6. My signs are different, so my answer is negative. And 30 divided by 6 is 5. My answer would be a -5. If my 6 was also negative, then I'd have a +5. If my 30 was positive, my 6 was negative, my signs are different, I'd still have a -5. If they're both positive, my signs are the same, so I have a +5 here.